We welcome you live to Brookville, New York, home of Long Island Lutheran High School, the 2014 New York State Private Schools Wrestling Coaches Association 2014 Championships. Each of the finalists were looking to make it to the Nationals that are at Lehigh University in 2 weeks. Give you a brief overview of what's happened at the tournament so far. Long Island Lutheran has 8 finalists of the 15 weight classes, and they lead the tournament with 214 and 1/2 points, only 6.5 points ahead of Poly Prep. Martin Luther, surprisingly, has come up in third with their 154-point campaign. They have 4 finalists. Horace Mann with 139.5 points. Hackley with 139 to round out the top 5. They're currently going through and introducing the finalists now. They're going to run 3 mats here. The 5th place bouts on the black mat. The 3rd place bouts in the back on the red, and then right in front, which is the camera focus, will be the championship bouts for the New York State Private Schools Championships. The highlight match of the day was in the 140-pound weight class between the 2-seed Mac Berkowitz and the 3-seed Jake Barry. Barry from Poly Prep and Berkowitz from Long Island Lutheran. They battled hard, 5-5 in overtime, where with just a few seconds left, Mac Berkowitz took down Barry in the semifinals and was able to move ahead. Mac Berkowitz will face Thomas McLaughlin from Martin Luther in that 140-pound final. We'll go through the finalists now. In the 101-pound weight class, we feature Salvatore Jones from Long Island Lutheran and Leo Pumber from Horace Mann. At 108 pounds, John Luke DeStefano of Poly Prep and Mike Scagluso of Long Island Lutheran. The 115-pound weight class will feature Noah Malama of Poly Prep and Cameron Peterson of Long Island Lutheran. The 122-pound weight class, Kyle Morrissey of Martin Luther and George Germanicos of Hackley. Morrissey looking to become the 2nd wrestler in prep school history to win 2 state championships in with a 3-year gap. The other was Michael Wallace of Long Island Lutheran. Continue the introductions here at Long Island Lutheran. To let you know on the finals that are upcoming. James Farrell from Long Island Lutheran in the 147-pound weight class will look for his 3rd state championship. He'll take on Brian Chen of Horace Mann. In the 154-pound finals, Ethan Bowman from Long Island Lutheran and Oliver Kafka from Dalton. At 162, Elijah Bacoli made his way to the finals and will take on Nathaniel Glosson from Martin Luther. I'll skip 172 in a second. We'll come back and talk about that in just a moment. The 184-pound weight class, Alex Ortiz from Martin Luther will take on Sean Savino from Dalton. Alex Ortiz moved up to 84. He's been wrestling at 170 all season. With some of the wrestlers looking to avoid a Bonefish, who's at 172 today. In the 197-pound weight class, Xavier Carmona from Hackley takes on Owen Abrifi from Horace Mann. In the 222-pound weight class, Jack Argast from Poly Prep and Ida Madison from Trinity. And the heavyweight final will feature Nick Gunderson from Long Island Lutheran and Isaiah Wilson from Poly Prep. I'll head back to the 172-pound weight class, and he's our feature wrestler today. Adisa Doncic from Poly Prep. He'll face Rodrigo Mejias of Hackley. Doncic is he's ranked 17 on the internet.com rankings in the country. He's number 2 in New York behind Burke Paddock. He had lost to Burke Paddock 5-3 in the Eastern States tournament a few months back. He's first at the Monsignor Farrell Day Tournament, first at the Mayor's Cup Tournament, and first at the Ivy League Tournament. And in the Ivy League Tournament, he essentially dominated right through. Give you an idea of what he's done here today. Doncic, with his first pin at 38 seconds. His second bout was against Zach Schmidt from Long Island Lutheran, and that was a pin at 2:30. So those are his 3 matches, and he'll face Mejias for his state championship. Last week, he beat Mejias with pinned him in 4 minutes and 59 seconds. They're almost done with the introductions, and we'll get started on the finals in just a few moments. So once again, to reiterate, the battle is between Long Island Lutheran and Poly Prep. Long Island Lutheran at 214.5 points, 6.5 ahead of Poly Prep. Long Island Lutheran is 8 in the championship round, 6 in the Consi round. And Poly at 6 in the championship round and 7 still alive in the Consi round. We'll update the standings for you at the conclusion of each bout. Johnny, update the standings after each bout. Updated standings after each bout. To the 4th place lineup, Dave Welsh from Hackley, George Manning. First match on the championship match, 101 pounds, Sal Jones from Brookville, Leo Hunter from Horseman. And we are underway to 2014 Private Schools Championships. Sal Jones from Long Island Lutheran and Leo Humber from Horace Mann. Sal Jones with a record of 22-5. He was placed first at the Martin Luther tournament. Leo Humber from Horace Mann, 17-9. Champion last week at the Ivy Leagues, defeating Dave Welch from Hackley by pin at 344. Minute 5 on that whistle. No score here between Humber and Jones. Jones looking for control, has it. Nothing to Jones. 2 for the takedown, 3 for the near fall. this period. Can we shut this whole thing down? Can we shut this whole thing down and make everybody walk around? Is that possible?
No one should be walking. It's just that was.
They're going in front of the table too. They're going in front of the table too. Jones will take bottom up 5-0 here at the beginning of the second period. 1 minute to go in the second period. Humber gets the reversal on 2. And leads 7-0 over Humber. Jones here with the possibility, looking for the pin. 34 seconds to go here in the second. I think everybody's looking for left. Still getting a little leverage. He's close. Humber avoids. The end of the second period. Salvatore Jones with a 10-0 lead over Leo Humber. Officials for this bout are Mr. John Kozak, assisted by Mr. Tom Favell. Mr. Tom Favell and Mr. Rich Finale are the two officials that have been selected to officiate at the 2014 National Prep Tournament at Lehigh University. The winners of each of the weight classes will book their place in that tournament. To go here in the third. Sal Jones with a 12-0 lead. Seconds to go in the bout. 12-0 Sal Jones. Gets the reverse and gets his 2. Jones leads 12-2. At this point, he's going to need the pin to win. 20 seconds to go here in the third. 6 seconds now in the third. Sal Jones from Long Island Lutheran is your 101-pound state champion.
Next up on the championship at 180-pound John Luke II from Polyprep, Mike Scaguso from Lutheran.
Our next bout is the 108-pound final. Features John Luke DeStefano of Polyprep and Mike Scaguso of Long Island Lutheran. John Luke DeStefano defeated Eli Miller from Dalton, pinning him in 21 seconds. Scaguso pinned Gordon Schwartz from Hackley in 1:35. John Luke will be wearing the blue. He's got the green Mike Scaguso in the black singlet. And we get the pin. The 108-pound champion, John Luke DeStefano, getting his pin and booking his trip to Lehigh University. John Luke has pretty much run through the weight. He is a freshman. He placed first at the private schools in 2013, so he's back-to-back champ. Getting started now is the 115-pound final. Noah Malamut from Polyprep in the blue. Cameron Peterson from Long Island Lutheran in the black. Polyprep and Long Island Lutheran has split the first two bouts. Sal Jones winning at 101. John Luke winning at 108. It's 2-0 Malamut, and he looks to work into the pin. Two-time Prep State champ, four-time Ivy League champ, two-time Mayor's Cup champ for the senior from Polyprep. Cameron Peterson, a freshman, to 22-11 this year. Big accomplishment making it here to the final, but it's a bit overmatched, and Noah Malamut gets the pin and second consecutive win for Polyprep in these finals. The pin at 57 seconds in the first period. And your 2014 champ, Noah Malamut from Polyprep. I can take this chance to really thank Long Island Lutheran. They did a heck of a job here setting up these finals. Running 3 mats in a very large gym. Anywhere from, I'd say, 300 to 500 spectators here today. They also ran a novice tournament earlier, 5 to 6 different weight classes, and that went out very well. We used the 4th mat for that. Our next bout is the 122-pound final. Kyle Morrissey from Martin Luther in the red and white. And he'll take on George Germanicos from Hackley in the light and dark gray singlet. Morrissey, a senior this year. He's first at the Lexington, first at the Martin Luther, and second at the Mayor's Cup tournament. It took place at Columbia University, the Levian Gymnasium, just a few weeks back. He won the 2011 state championship. He's looking for a second. Would be the second wrestler to win state championships with a 3-year gap. Won it as a freshman. And George Germanicos is 23-3 this year. He was first at the Ivy League tournament last week, defeating Matt Bach and Morris Mann by pin. Morrissey leads 2-0. Has been in control. 40 seconds to go here in the first period. That's control. Looking to get that left shoulder down. .28 seconds to go in the period. Germanico's doing a good job staying alive. He's keeping that left shoulder up. Needs to get that down to get the pin. 13 seconds to go in the first period. Down to 3 seconds. And George will escape the first period. 3 for the near fall. And after the first, Morrissey leads 5-0. Red wins a toss, he'll defer. George chooses neutral. Morrissey continuing his dominance here, picking up 2 more for the takedown. 7-0 lead here in this second period with 1:20 remaining. Minute 3 to go. Morrissey has extended his lead now to 9-0. A little overzealous there. Potentially dangerous called, and they'll head back to the center. 33.2 seconds to go in the second period. Morrissey will have control. So the updated standings after the Noah Malamut victory at 115 for Poly, giving them 2 consecutive, gives them the lead. A half-point lead over Long Island Lutheran at 220 to 219 in 1/2. And there's a whistle for the end of the second period. Morrissey with a 9-0 lead. He's controlled the match from beginning to end. Germanicos has survived. Potential pin at the end of the first period. Morrissey on top here at the start of the third. 3 2-minute periods in the high school level. The consolations went with 3 2-minute periods. Minute and a half to go here in the third. Morrissey in complete control. Minute 11 to go. Morrissey pinned Will David from Trevor Day in the first round, minute 28. And Vinny DiMartino from Long Island Lutheran, 37 to make it into the finals. George Germanicos defeated Charles Peltier of Dalton with a pin at 33 seconds in the first round. And for the second consecutive week, defeated Matt Bach from Horace Mann. Beat him at the Ivies. Hit at 3:47, and this week he beat him at 3:20, almost equaling time. Morrissey with a 12-0 lead, 28 seconds to go here in the third period. For those joining us late, you're joining us live at Long Island Lutheran in Brookville, New York, for the 2014 New York State Private Schools Wrestling Championships. Hearing more than one whistle, it's 3 mats wrestling at this time. Wrestling for third in the back corner. You can see parts of it on your screen. And in the back right of the gym for 5th place. That's the end of the third. And Kyle Morrissey, with his second state championship, wins it at 122 pounds. Final score, 12-1. Next bout is the 128-pound final, Mike Berkowitz from Long Island Lutheran and Michael Dinan from Horace Mann. Mike Berkowitz looking to become only the 7th 4-time state champion, joining Joe Booth from Long Island Lutheran, Matt Goldberg, Rolando Matias, and Jeff Sino, Jamal Pollock, all from Poly Prep in their special years from 89 to 2005. And Frank Tianga from Martin Luther, who did it from 1988 to 1991.
It'll be as much as that is.
Mike Berkowitz in the black with the giant red L and the white outline. Michael Dinan from Horace Mann in the maroon and white. Michael Dinan from Horace Mann making the finals with a season record of 24-11. He finished third at the Ivies last week, defeating Andre Andrade from Poly Prep 6-1. Quick 2-0 lead here for Mike Berkowitz. Once again, looking to become the 4th-time champion, only the 7th in history. 35-4 on the year. Lead mount for Mike Berkowitz. And there it is. So the pin at 1 minute and 13 seconds. 4-time state champ. What an accomplishment. Next up, the 134-pound final, Lenny Merkin from Poly Prep and Anton Cleot from Dalton. Now this is a rematch of the final a week ago when Lenny Merkin defeated Cleot with a pin in 39 seconds at the Ivies. That was at Hackley School up in Tarrytown, New York, home of the Headless Horseman. Sleepy Hollow, right in that area there. Merkin looking for his second consecutive state title. Won it at 134 last year. His first at the Ivies for 2 straight years. And Cleot 17 and 6 this year. Second in Lexington. We mentioned the Ivies where he also finished second. Poly looking to continue their dominance here. Poly Prep has won 13 titles since 1976. Including that 11-year run between 1990 and 2000. The only school that has come close is Horace Mann with 12 titles. For the 6-year run between 2007 and 2012. And a 5-year run between 2001 and 2005. In control, leads 5-0. 43 seconds to go in this first period. Seconds to go, still a 5-0 lead. Merkin with 2 quick pins to make his way to the final. 22 seconds and 2 minutes and 25 seconds. Cleot, who's the 3 seed, upset Travis Alexander in the semifinal round, defeating him 9-6. Alexander, the hometown Lutheran wrestler. Dalton in the line on the darker blue with the white outlines. And Merkin in the grayish blue. He'll take bottom as Dalton chooses top. Merkin with the reversal with a 7-0 lead. Now looking to work the pin. Minute 40 to go in the second period. And there it is. At 2 minutes and 27 seconds. 2014 champion at 134 pounds, Lenny Merkin from Poly Prep. Wrestlers in the 140-pound weight class get ready. Thomas McLaughlin from Warren Lutheran will wear the red and white singlet. Mac Berkowitz from Warren Lutheran in the black with the red L. Mac Berkowitz is the 2 seed. Defeated Jake Barry from Poly Prep in what was the match of the day, 7-5 in overtime in the semifinals. A late takedown in that overtime. The 5-3 final scoreline. An impressive showing for Mac Berkowitz, the younger brother of Mike, who won the title at 128, just a few weight classes back. He is a freshman, so the bright future ahead of him. He's 28-4 in the year, and won the Long Island Lutheran tournament. He was second at Martin Luther. Thomas McLaughlin's a senior, 32-2, and the favorite in this match. Winning at Lexington and Martin Luther. He was third at the Mayor's Cup. McLaughlin with a 2-0 lead here. Won the pins in 2 minutes and 5 seconds and 1 minute and 49 seconds. Looking for his second consecutive state championship. Won it last year at, 2012 at 128 pounds. Minute 20 to go here in the first period. Starting with neutral, 2-1 lead for McLaughlin. Shooping, getting down low, grabbing the back of the knee, looking for control. 49 seconds to go in the first. Control, looking to work. 22 seconds to go in the period. 4-1 lead for McLaughlin. Berkowitz looking for the escape, but he doesn't beat the clock. Berkowitz wins the toss in the first. Morrissey will have choice. Shoes is down. It looks like he's got a slight injury concern, pointing to his mouth. Blood time will be assessed. A 4-2 lead here at the beginning of the second period for McLaughlin. Long Island Lutheran leading with 8 wrestlers in the finals. That ties them for 8th all time. The second time they've done it, they had 8 finalists in 2006. That was another close one as they defeated Horace Mann, 244.5 to 240. There's their 4th title of the 5. They're looking to repeat from last year's victory. Also defeated Horace Mann last year, 213.5 to 206. In the second period, Thomas McLaughlin with a 4-1 lead over Mac Berkowitz. Question now, does Mac have the experience and the ability to take McLaughlin down and go for the pin or out point? McLaughlin's been the aggressor. Minute 8 to go, 6-1 lead for McLaughlin. Gets the escape. McLaughlin up 6-2, 38 seconds to go here in the second. Possibilities here for Berkowitz as he's picked it up. 12 seconds to go here in the second, down 6-2. And that's the end of the second period. Thomas McLaughlin with a 6-2 lead over Mac Berkowitz of Long Island Lutheran. Mac will choose down, looking for another escape. He's got both of his points from escape. Those joining us live, final started a bit early. We are in 7 of 15 finals matches. To recap, Sal Jones from Long Island Lutheran with a 101. John Luke DeStefano from Poly Prep at 108. 115-pound champion was Noah Malamuth from Poly Prep. Paul Morrissey 122 from Martin Luther. Mike Berkowitz from Long Island Lutheran at 128. And Lenny Merkin from Poly Prep at 134. McLaughlin with an 8-3 lead now, minute 14. At another 9-3. Mac a little bit frustrated, getting called with that unnecessary roughness. Berkowitz gets the escape, 9-4. McLaughlin, 50 seconds to go in the third period. head coach Mike Moran. Assistant coach Mike Toro in the background, they've had a successful tournament here today. Currently in third place with 167 points. For McLaughlin now with 23 seconds to go. Long Island Lutheran is edged ahead of Poly Prep, our second change in the standings. They flip-flop back and forth. Berkovich with an opportunity, but with only 4 seconds left, does he have enough time? And that's the end of the third period, and Mac Berkovich wrestling his heart out and almost pulls off the stunner late. But in the end, not enough, and Thomas McLaughlin from Martin Luther, your 140-pound state champion. James Farrell from Long Island Lutheran making his way to the center circle. James Farrell, the senior, 31-7 on the year. He won the Long Island Lutheran tournament. They'll take on Brian Chen of Horace Mann. He's going to become a 3-time state champion. Noah Malamuth was the 28th. Travis Alexander with Long Lutheran was the other that had the opportunity. Wasn't able to make the finals this year. Long Island Lutheran in their custom black with a giant red L. And Horace Mann in maroon. Minute 18 to go here in the first. No score. Between James Stroud from Long Island Lutheran and Brian Chen from Horace Mann. 10 plays first at the Ivy League tournament last week in Hackle. Beat Vito Smoyak from Poly Prep by a score of 8-3.
No.
Smoyak, a 4-seed upset early by Alex Arangele from Trevor Day. 2-2 here in the first period. 30 seconds to go. Brian plays third at the Mayor's Cup tournament. James Farrell also looking for his 109th career victory in addition to that third state title. Seconds to go in the first in the matchup of seniors. Looking to book their ticket to the 2014 National Prep Tournament at Lehigh University. retain control. Only 5 seconds left on that clock. Farrell won't let go of that leg and time runs out. Lutheran wins the second period toss, defers. Brian Chen chooses down. Yeah. Your updated standings after the McLaughlin victory over Mac Berkowitz. Poly Prep picking up points in one of the Concy finals. Was edged ahead by 2. 233.5 to 231.5 over Long Lutheran. Looks like these two schools are just going to battle it right down to the end. Lutheran with 2 finalists remaining. Ethan Bowman at 154 and Nick Gunderson at the heavyweight division. Poly Prep with finalists at Adisa Doncic at 172. Jack Argest in 222 and that head-to-head matchup at heavyweight. Isaiah Wilson will take on Gunderson. 58 seconds to go here on the second period. Probably our most even bout of the finals so far. The 8th of 15. Potentially dangerous. Brian Chen shaking out that right arm, and he's ready to go. Chen with the escape has a 3-2 lead. Up there for a second. He almost got caught. The whistle blows around the bounds. 10.9 seconds to go here in this second. Head coach of James Farrell is his father, Mr. Jim Farrell. They've really built a successful program here at Long Island Lutheran. In fact, he's named Coach of the Year by his peers in the last 2 years, 2012 and 2013, Jim Farrell of Long Island Lutheran. This year with 8 finalists. Chen leads 3-2, and we begin the third period. Chooses down, looking for the reversal. Nothing yet. Chen is definitely at a disadvantage here. There's a reversal now. James Farrell with a 4-3 lead. A minute and a half to go here in the third. Good spot, and he gets the pin. minutes and 55 seconds. James Farrell with his third state championship. 29th in history, the second wrestler to do it today. Started the 154-pound final. Ethan Bowman of Lutheran, Oliver Kafka of Dalton. Dalton's second of 3 finalists. Anton Cleon losing to Lenny Merkin at 134 earlier.
Hey! Go at him.
Coleman the 1 seed, Kafka the 3 seed. Kafka defeating Fake and Solo. It was an interesting seed meeting, as many of the wrestlers were very even. Kafka is 25 in one of the years, first at the Lexington tournament, Grover Cleveland, Martin Luther at the Ivy. So had a very successful season. Still no score here, 45 seconds to go in the first period. Coleman is first at Lexington, third at the Tabor tournament, third at the Monsignor Farrell, Dave Iron Mantra, and tournament early in the year. No score, 27 seconds to go between Ethan Bowman of Lionel Lutheran in the black singlet. Oliver Kafka from Dalton in the blue with the white stripes. Get leverage. Our time runs out in the first period. 2-0 lead for Bowman. Some issues with liquid on the mat. Bowman defeated Dan Shaw in the first round by disqualification, potential biting incident. Shaw was leading that bout. Bowman went on to defeat Tyler Fake and Solo, Martin Luther. Here he is in the finals. Kafka got the draw for the pigtail. The first round draw defeated Jeremy Levitt from Poly Prep by pin. Cole Parzik from Horace Mann. The semifinals. Pin Dylan Bronson. So 3 straight pins to make it here to the finals. Escape for Kafka. Gets him a little closer. Two on Bowman. Got a thumb in the eye. control. 52 seconds to go here. A 6-1 lead here for Bowman with 20 seconds to go. So at the end of 2, Bowman with a 6-1 lead. Bowman will choose down. Looking to get back into this match. He's down 5. Looking to work, perhaps get a pin. He makes a mistake there, and Ethan Bowman takes advantage. Gets 2 for the reversal, and he's up 8-1. 2 more for the near full. Seconds to go. And Bowman won Lutheran with a 10-1 lead over Kafka. Looks like he's laboring here a bit. Bowman gives the escape, 10-2, and we'll work again. Headlock was looking for the quick pin, quick opportunity. Bowman turned that right around. 10 seconds to go in the match. The second half of this battle, Ethan Bowman had complete control. 12-3, 2 more, 14-3, and that's the end of the match. Ethan Bowman, your 154-pound state champion. Book the hotel, son. You're headed to Bethlehem. (14-3) your final. Thank you again for joining us live at the 2014 New York State Private Schools Wrestling Coaches Association Championships in Brookville, New York at Long Island Lutheran. work in this tournament in one form or another since 1996. And next year will be the first year that it's not only a Lutheran Poly Prep accepting the bid to host. Poly Prep located in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. 162-pound final here. Elijah Bacoli from Hackney and Nathaniel Glosson from Martin Luther underway. Glosson, a junior, who's first at the Lexington and Martin Luther tournament. He's 26-3 on the season. Elijah Bacoli defeated Kyle Rosen from Dalton 7-1 last week at the Ivy League tournament. 23-4 in the year. Martin Luther in the red and white, and Hackley in the two shades of gray. 50 seconds to go here in the first period. Napoli with a 4-1 lead. Lawson needs to be a little bit more aggressive here with Bacoli. Bacoli feels like he can push him around. Exactly what he does. A little bit too quick, and he put himself in a bad position and fights his way out. A couple of reversals here against Bacoli, a 6-3 lead with 18.7 seconds to go in the first period. The end of the first, a 7-3 lead for Bacoli. On deck is the 172-pound final. We await Adisa Doncic from Poly Prep. Intramat ranking him 17th in the country, number 2 in New York. Bacoli gets the pin. 2 minutes and 45 seconds over Glosson, and he is your 162-pound champion. It's the first for Hackley on the day. Kyle Morris and Martin Luther earlier defeating Monaco's of Hackley, so Bacoli returns the favor. The 172-pound final, Rodrigo Mejias from Hackley and Adisa Doncic of Poly Prep. Quick word about Mejias here. He's 19-7, who's second 4 straight times, and part of that was due to Adisa Doncic. defeated Mejias. The pin at 4:59 at the Ivies last week. 17th in their intermat rankings, second in New York. First in New York is Brooke Paddock from Warsaw. And Adolcic lost 5-3 to Paddock at the Eastern States, the final. Won at the Dave Ironman tournament. He was first at the Mayor's Cup in 2013 and 2014. New York City Mayor's Cup. This year he defended Alexander Porter from Martin Luther King. One was a real good, tough physical matchup. Palmer gave him nothing. He made him work for every single point. Radonjic did come out on top, 3-1. I spoke to him earlier, and he said he's undecided yet on where he wants to go to college. He said, look, I'm focusing on states. I'm focusing on winning this tournament, getting to nationals, and winning nationals. And from there, everything will fall into place. A real good, young, confident young man. And we expect great things from him in the Division I. Two pins in his first two matches, defeating Kwame Tanisic Legion, 38 seconds, and 2 minutes and 30 seconds over Zach Schmidt from Long Island Lutheran, the 4 seed. And Casillas also with 2 pins, a little longer, 3:40 and 3 minutes to make it here to his finals. Minute 34 to go in the first period. The Adolcic up 4-1. Last week he was looking for a nice long bounce, something to get his stamina going, but he looked much more aggressive this week. He's going right after. Well, there you go. He has finished third last year in the 184-pound weight class. He's actually moved down a weight. Two lead for Adolcic, 56 seconds to go here. Looks for control, and he's going for the pin. Two more to get his lead up to 6-2. With a power blast. It'll work out. 5 seconds to go here. He's up 6-2. restart here.
Yeah, I know.
Doncic. That was control over Mejias looking for the pin. Doesn't get it. Rodrigo really wrestling his heart out here. But you can see the talent gap between the two wrestlers. Rodrigo's going to have to do something special to overcome this. Two lead, minute 20 to go. Stall warning on Rodrigo. Minute 12 to go. 9-2 lead. He's going to allow Mejias up. Works, gets control again, 11-3. Seconds remaining in the third. Doncic has been in complete control in the match. 15-4. 10 seconds remaining. And there's a stall. To the third period now. And Doncic will choose neutral. Doncic, 2014 state champion at 172 pounds, and he's going to be a force at nationals at Lehigh University this year. Third of Martin Luther's finalists. Fourth of Martin Luther's finalists, making their way in the 184-pound weight class. Alex Ortiz, they're going to face Sean Savino from Dalton. Savino won the Ivies, defeating Milo Lempert from Hackley 9-5 a week ago. He now finds himself in the finals of the state championship at 184 against Alex Ortiz, who's wrestled at 170 most of the year and has moved up. Fyodor Doncic being at 172. Ortiz with a quick control Jesus Bayless from Lexington in a minute 55, and defeated Georgia Madeleine from Wide 5-2. Savino, the 2 seed, the 2 straight pins, 26 seconds and a minute 48. Minute 48 coming against Milo Leppert, the 3 seed Hackett. Ortiz and Savino are seniors. Where the rest is looking to extend their season. Savino first at Martin Luther, first at Ivy, second at Lexington, third at the Mayor's Cup, a very successful season. Ortiz as well. He was second last year at State Zone 162. Savino was third. He's first at Lexington, second at Martin Luther, and he was sixth at the Mayor's Cup at 170. 53 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Ortiz with a 2-0 lead over Savino. Ortiz in the red and white singlet. Savino in the blue and white. Team score updates in just a few moments. While we have a moment, we'll give you a quick rundown of what happened here today. The champions, 101 pounds, Sal Jones, Lutheran, at 108, John Lucas Stefano of Poly Prep. State champion at 115 was Noah Malamud of Poly Prep. Kyle Morrissey from Martin Luther at 122. Mike Berkowitz from Montreal Lutheran at 128. Lenny Merkin from Poly Prep at 134. Thomas McLaughlin of Martin Luther over Mac Berkowitz, 10-6, 140. Jimmy Farrell from Montreal Lutheran, hard-fought match. He was down 3-2 in that match. Came back, winds up getting the pin near the end. Ethan Bowman from Montreal Lutheran at 154 over Oliver Kafka, 14-3. 162 was Elijah Bacoli of Hackney over Nathaniel Glosson from Martin Luther. Kenneth Doncic from Poly Prep over McKeas at 172. We're currently at 184. Still working on Savino. They're ready to go. 30 seconds to go here in the first. Poly Prep and Long Island were flipping back and forth all day. We just get the current update. Poly Prep at 234.5 points, and Long Island Lutheran 242.5 points. So just battling it out. Long Island Lutheran looks for their second consecutive state title. Long Island Lutheran looking for their 16th title overall. And Poly Prep looking for their 14th. But their first since 2000. Ortiz up 4-1 here at the beginning of the second period.
He gave two. He usually gets this man go away. He put 2 red up.
A little bit of a score issue on the scoreboard. Updated score is 3-2 to Savino. Savino scoring. 3-2 lead over Ortiz from Martin Luther. Weight classes remaining following this. 197s, Xavier Pomona of Hackney, Owen L. Reeve from Horace Mann. 222, Jack Argas of Poly Prep, and ahead of them, Ian Madison from Trinity. And the match that could decide it all, Nick Gunderson from Lehigh and Isaiah Wilson from Poly Prep in the heavyweight battle. Ortiz unable to escape here. Been down since the beginning of the period. So again, we thank those that are tuning in here at the 2014 New York State Prep Championships at Long Island Lutheran in Brookville, New York. Seconds to go. Savino in control the whole period, but has not been able to score. Leads 3-2 over Ortiz. And a stalling warning on Savino. Table are asking the officials for help. Referee Tom Favell discussing things over at the table. Tom Favell, a former coach here at Long Island Lutheran, won Coach of the Year in consecutive seasons. 1982, 1983, and 1984. And now he's been invited to the National Prep Tournament, or one of two representatives to officiate from the New York region. That'll be Mr. Rich Rinaldi. 8 seconds to go here. Savino still looking to score. Been riding the whole period. Ortiz unable to make any headway here and trying to get the escape to tie the game going into the third. Late push here with 2 seconds. That'll be the end of the period. Quick glance over at map 3, and I see Poly Prep does get the pin, and the wrestler in third place over a Lehigh wrestler, so that could factor in to the final standings as we head down the stretch here. He's slamming Savino down in the third period. Savino rolled Ortiz essentially the whole second period, was unable to score. 1:40 to go here in the third. Clock on Savino, he did give the 2. So Ortiz now with a 4-3 lead, looking to become the third Martin Luther wrestler on a day with a state championship. Morrissey winning at 122, Thomas McLaughlin at 140. Savino looking for the first title today for Dalton. They had Anton Cleon loose to Lenny Merkin at 134, and Oliver Kafka lost Ethan Bowman from Lionel Lutheran at 154 pounds. Everyone here at Long Island Lutheran. Mr. Dr. David Hahn, the Executive Director, Mr. Todd Hepner, the Athletic Director, Coach Jim Farrell at Long Island Lutheran has been absolutely amazing today in making sure that we had everything that we needed. And the whole Long Island Lutheran family and wrestling program here, they've been just wonderful. Mr. John Gullis is the Tournament Director, just runs a flawless tournament. Everything just runs smoothly. Assisted by Mr. Eric Peterson today, who ran the novice tournament and assisted on the varsity tournament. And for Mr. James Regan, who's the president of the United States Private Schools Wrestling Coaches Association, for giving me the opportunity to put this together, to rework the record books, and be able to create this Facebook site for all of you to enjoy this broadcast. That is really the first in history for this event. So we thank you all for joining us today. We resume after the injury timeout. Ortiz with a 4-3 lead here in the third period, 35 seconds remaining. Ortiz out, and Savino looks like he is on the escape. Great atmosphere for the beginning game. We're tied at 4, 17 seconds to go. Who will be the state champion at 184 time? Now, Alex Ortiz, Sean Savino, I'll let you listen in. Out of bounds, 5.2 seconds remaining. Bold move, 2 seconds. Can Alex Ortiz hold on for the overtime? Yes, he does. A 1-minute overtime period. Wrestlers will start in the neutral position. The first to score wins the match. Seniors Alex Ortiz and Sean Savino. Savino not able to take advantage. 35 seconds remaining in the overtime period. Ortiz under control, does not get control. Savino out of bounds. 27.9 to go in the first overtime. First to score wins the match. And a 184-pound state champion. 8 seconds remaining in the period. Savino looking to take control. Mercy has the advantage. Ortiz holding on. 1 second. Excellent display here by Sean Savino of Dalton in blue, Alex Ortiz from Martin Luther in red. Given everything they've got, they're headed to a second and third overtime if necessary. Now in this situation, they'll be alternating 30-second periods, with each wrestler having the opportunity to choose top or bottom. The wrestler scoring the most points will win the match. Alex Ortiz will choose down. Ortiz looking for the escape to take the lead. Down to 15 seconds. Down to 10 here in the second overtime. Whistle blows at 7 and 6/10. Ortiz got the escape. The whistle blows at 2.6 here in the first overtime. Seconds, does it get it at 0.6? Oh, it was close. Referee Tom Pavel says no, and we'll have the additional 30 seconds. Tied at 4. Fantastic turn of events. Looks like Ortiz has a bit of an injury. We'll start the injury timer. Seniors Ortiz and Savino looking to book their place at Lehigh University for the Prep Nationals in 2 weeks. All the results and scores brackets will be on the New York State Private School Wrestling Coaches Association page. There will also be a link available shortly, as it will be on gimpsoftware.com, that's gimpsoftware.com, or escapesports.com. Second 30 seconds has begun, tied at 4. Savino needs to escape, or we go to sudden victory. Ortiz looking to make the third, 14 seconds. Cannon Savino. Savino looking to escape, gain the point, and get the victory. We're in the third overtime period. Ortiz was unable to escape from the first. Down to 0. We're headed to final overtime. Sudden victory, tied at 4. Now in this scenario, the wrestler scores the first point of the match will have the choice. Who scored the first point of the match will have a choice of top or bottom. For the wrestler in the top position, just keep the wrestler down for 30 seconds. Earn back points to win. And if you're on the wrestler on bottom, you need to escape or earn the reversal to win the match. And it looks like Ortiz is going to be down for these 30 seconds. This is it. 30 seconds for the state championship. Savino in position. About with the whistle. Looking for control. We're down to 20 seconds. Ortiz escapes, he wins. If not, there's still a hand in there. No points. Still nothing. Down to 13 seconds. We're down to 8, and the whistle blows at 6.9. Alex Ortiz just missing out on a state title by 3 fingers. He has 6.9 to make his way out for Sean Savino from Dalton. He's your 184-pound champion. Out of bounds. 3.5 seconds remaining. Unable to escape. Excuse me, Ortiz unable to escape. Savino, your 2014 champion at 184 pounds. In sudden victory, 4th overtime. Best match of the day by far. To follow that up, but they'll try it. And 197-pounders make their way out. Xavier Carmona from Hackley and Owen Elrifi from Horace Mann. We're waiting on the sheet to give us the update on the standings. Sean Savino, he wrestled hard last week at the Ivies. He wrestles hard here. He gets Stone's first state championship for an individual since Cam Woodhead. Double check that round. It was a first man. It's been quite a while since Dalton's had an individual champion, going back to state in 2005. Xavier Carmona from Hackley in the gray, Owen Elrifi from Horace Mann in the maroon and white. Carmona's 25-4, 98 career victories. His first at Ivies, as we mentioned. He's 28-6. He was first in Maryland total. And he voted all Ivy. We've got confirmation. That's Dalton's first individual champion since 1993. Ben Metzger won the heavyweight, defeating Brian Smiley from Martin Luther. So 21 years since Dalton had their last individual state champion. 25 seconds to go here in the first period, and now Reefy holding a 2-0 lead over Carmona from Hackley. Whistle blows at 17.2 seconds. Giving you a quick update on the standings. Holly Prep continues with a 2-point lead over Long Island Lutheran. 248.5 to 246.5. Martin Lutheran 171 in third. And Horseman 164.5 in fourth. Martin Luther's looking to stay and earn themselves a trophy here. But the battle and the story right now is Poly Prep looking for their first state title since 2000. And Long Island Lutheran looking for their second consecutive team title. You know, Gordy had the pin, not fully aware the time run out in the first period, but he does hold a 4-2 lead over El Rifi.
And it's eminent, so you get 1 point bet, next that you didn't earn. So if you held them to a 1 or a 2 count, you hold them for 2 counts in screens, then it's a 3. You hold them for 5 in each screen, then it's a 4. So you hold them for 5 and your screens in 14 out, it's a 5. Because now you get the screen. What? Somebody hurt his shoulder. Hard switch. Why didn't you give him yours? He didn't ask for it. Easy if you want to say. Switch the time right now. Switch. Yeah, you never will get up to the I went nuts. I know that's crucial.
Carmona defeated El Rifi last week at the Ivy League tournament, pinned them in 3 minutes and 39 seconds. But El Rifi looks like he's had the better of it today, even though he's down 4-2. Escape to Carmona. He's looking for his second consecutive state title. He won last year at F197. He's looking to repeat that here. 40 seconds to go, 5-2. We're in the second period at Long Island Lutheran in Brookville, New York. The 2014 New York State Private Schools Wrestling Coaches Association Championship. Does he get it? No, whistle blows out of bounds. 3 seconds to go in the second period. Rifi will be down. He's take down for the third period and down 5-2 here. Oh, the camera's on? Mid 37 to go, a 5-4 lead for Carmona of Mac League School. For Owen Arifi of Horace Mann. After this, 2 weight classes remaining, 222 and 287. Seconds remaining here. Carmona with a 5-4 lead. There's 2.5 seconds remaining in the period. He gets it. Xavier Carmona, your 197-pound state champion. Overall, an MVP of Horace Mann. Ceremonial shaking of the hands. We'll head over to the 220-pound, and now with 2 matches remaining, all the Consi events are done, 3rd place matches are done, the 5th place matches are done, there's 2 remaining. And if one Lutheran's going to look to jump Poly Prep, the first thing they got to make sure that doesn't happen is Jack Argest getting the pin here. Jack Argest at 222 pounds. Will take on a Hennepin Madison, Trinity. Argast, the junior from Poly Prep, Hennepin Madison, the senior. It's another set of wrestlers that have met at the Ivy League tournament the week before in the final. And Argast pinned Hennepin in 2 minutes and 52 seconds. Now, in that event, Ackley High School had a tremendous tournament. They had the lead going into the 220-pound final. Poly needed 2 pins to win that tournament, and they got the pin from Argast at 220, and the heavyweight Isaiah Wilson got his pin over Brandon DeFalco from Ackley, and they stole the tournament. Minute 22 to go, no score here. Argast Jr., he's made his way around. He's first at St. Stephen's tournament in Virginia, won the Long Island Lutheran tournament here, the Danny Sorensen tournament. And after a former wrestler here at Long Island Lutheran, tragically passed. First in the Ivies, 4th in the Mayor's Cup, 3rd in the Germantown tournament. And what's interesting about his profile, he voted himself most handsome wrestler in a poll he conducted. Hennepin was 2nd in that tournament, so they faced off at Long Island Lutheran as well. So at least the 3rd victory that Argast is looking for over Madison. Madison, 66th career victory. 28 seconds remaining here. No score. first period. No score between Jack Argastel Poly and the lighter of the two blue singlets. Hit ahead of Madison. Trinity in the darker blue with the orange tee and the yellow headgear. We had 48 in the second period. Who immediately puts himself in a position for the pin. Madison tries to get out, but at 2 minutes and 40 seconds, your champion, Jack Argast from Poly Prep. He gets the pin, and that extends Poly's lead over Lyle Lutheran. We're waiting for the official numbers. That may have well just handed Poly Prep their first team title since 2000. And we head to the heavyweights. Nick Gunderson of Lyle Lutheran and Isaiah Wilson of Poly Prep. Our final and 15th event. And Isaiah Wilson of Poly, and that is Gunderson looking to get behind the opportunity. Nick Gunderson's a senior from Long Island Lutheran. He's in the black singlet. He's first at the Lexington Martin Luther and second at the Tabor tournament. He's fourth at heavyweight last year in the States. Isaiah Wilson, his nickname is Tidy. 17 and 6 in the air. Won the Ivies last week. Gunderson looking to take him down, doesn't get it. Isaiah Wilson gains control. And back comes Gunderson. Out of bounds, but he gets the control on the reversal. With a minute 1 remaining here in the first period. We're tied at 2. Sixth individual title. That would put them tied for 6th. They did it in 2001 and in 2001. Weren't able to overcome. And with the championship, as Horace Mann appointed them. Horace Mann, 257.5 that year. 244 for Poly Prep. That was 2001. Poly Prep had 9 champions. They hold the record in 1993. Yeah, Wilson with 3-2 leaders, 25 seconds to go. second period here. Lutheran. Our final match of the day, the heavyweight match. At the current standings at Poly Prep 254.5. Long Island Lutheran 246.5. So it's pretty safe to say that Poly Prep has won their first team title since 2000 and be their 14th overall. Long Island Lutheran will just come a bit short in winning their second consecutive title. They had done it before, winning 3 consecutive in between 1976 and 1978. Poly Prep winning 1979, 1986, and then 11 consecutive between 1990 and 2000. Title in 14 years. They have 254.5 points currently. That puts them, it ties them with Horace Mann 2005 for 7th most points overall. But it ain't over yet. Not this bout. Henderson gets the escape. Isaiah Wilson on the point break. He gets the turn and it swings down and there's the pin. 1:37 to go. Long Island Lutheran. Nick Gunderson gets the pin, and he's your heavyweight state champion. Nick Gunderson giving Lehigh their 5th champion on the day. We'll do a quick recap. Sal Jones pointed out here their champions at 101 pounds. Sal Jones from Long Island Lutheran. John Luke DeStefano at 108 pounds from Poly Prep. 115 was won by Noah Holloman from Poly Prep. Colin Morrissey from Long Island Lutheran at 122 pounds. Mike Berkovitz from Long Island Lutheran at 128. Lenny Murphy won at 134 pounds over Anton Kleon from Dalton. Martin Luther with their second of 2 titles. Thomas McLaughlin at 140. James Farrell, son of Jimmy Farrell, coach of Long Island Lutheran, won his title at 147. Ethan Bowman won at 154 over Oliver Kopka from Dalton. Elijah Bacoli from Hackley, state champion at 162 pounds. Adisa Doncic, the 17th ranked high schooler in the nation. He's heading to Lehigh University to take part in the Prep Nationals. All the winners are of today's. I'm sure there'll be some wild card requests as well to get there. 184 pounds was Sean Savino of Dalton. That was their first individual title since 1993. Defeated Alex Ortiz of Luther. What was our best match of the day? Went to sudden victory, final overtime after they were tied at 4, and Savino was able to get the escape and the win. Xavier Carmona from Hackley at 197 over Owen Alrifi from Horace Mann. Jack Argas from Poly Prep gets the pin at 222, which sealed the deal for Poly Prep, their 14th team championship. And Nick Gunderson, the heavyweight, over Isaiah Wilson from Poly Prep. He gets the pin, and the senior goes to Lehigh University. We'd like to thank you all for joining us at the 2014 New York State Private Schools Wrestling Coaches Association Championships. Don't forget, we'll give you news all year long. My name is Bill Tomach. I was glad to bring you this production.